So far, Zach has the Bills at 7-0, 0 losses so far into Week 7. I am at 6-1 for the Buffalo Bills.
Gutsy wins, by the way. Some of them are gutsy wins.
I think a couple of these. First of all, I think neither of us are going to be right in terms of.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get the number right. Right? Maybe we'll have the amount of wins and the amount of losses correct, but I don't think we're going to get every game right. If we do.
Hey, I just want to say really fast. So I write for Saber Noise. It's for the Buffalo Sabres sports writing website. And I guessed their record last season. I was like 2 wins off from getting their win total. So I was pretty proud about that.
That's
because
awesome.
I had high expectations for them. And could have won some other games, but we're not going to talk about that. I just want to say I can sometimes be right. Close to right.
He's only saying that for my buddies who are watching this.
Yeah, screw those guys when they're joking around.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's all love.
We love you, buddy.
Love.
We love you.
I love you guys too.
Week 8, Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. If this isn't the easiest game for the Bills, I don't know what is. Maybe it's the Patriots. Maybe you would say that. The Buccaneers were a playoff team last year, and that just surprises me. I can't even remember that Tom Brady was there. Yeah, I really can't.
That's the only reason why.
Of course. Playoff team last year, 4-2 in the division. They lost Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Who'd they replace him with?
Some a former number one overall pick.
Jamarcus Russell? No. But close enough. Baker Mayfield. And Kyle Trask is there. I think the Bucs are going to be a top 3 worst team in the NFL candidate.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think Buffalo's going to win this game.
I mean, yeah, I don't have to say much about this game. You kind of nailed on ahead.
If you had the Bills losing here, I'd be a little surprised.
Okay, see, I'm not that bad when it comes to
Well, no, just because you have them winning 7 games in a row, I wonder when you think they're going to come down.
I mean, they might. It could be. You go into win so many games, you think you're gonna beat these guys, and then next thing you know, they're gonna come in, they're gonna beat you. So,
and you might go outside and see a supermodel, and she might ask you out on a date. But how likely is that?
Well, it's not gonna happen. So 0% likely.
Then that's what I'm saying.
I wish it would have happened, but whatever.
All my supermodel friends, hit Zach up. He's single. Week 9. This is tough. At Cincinnati. Cincinnati last year had a crazy run, Zach. 8 straight games. You mentioned, teams do go on streaks. This is one of them.
Yeah.
They destroyed Buffalo in the playoffs. I don't care, right? Because I always talk about Micah being out. I don't care that Micah was out for that game.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make a difference.
Because if he was there, I don't know what it would have changed.
So, that's why the Bills losing their first game of the season.
First game against the Bengals. Ooh.
Yeah. Listen, you go back to that game last year, it was just a nightmare.
And not to mention, right, I'm not looking forward to the things they're going to talk about before this game. Going back to the Hamlin stuff, going back to this and rehashing it over and over and over again. I'm going to hate that. Listen, I want the teams to play football. I understand there's like a bond there now between Buffalo and Cincinnati. That's awesome.
If you look at social media after the game, there wasn't no bond after that. It was over with.
Well, there's a bond between the teams,
right?
From going through that situation. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Is like, there's this going to be this respect level between the two teams, but I'm so sick of hearing about it. I'm so sick of it.
Well,
Bills dropping to the Bengals. That's where you have them losing. Very interesting.
I know last year was last year. It doesn't matter this year, but you look at those first 2 drives, Dan. It was just flawless from the Bengals. They were just like, oh my God, what is happening? And then, Josh got a touchdown where he scrambled in and okay, we're back in it. But just like Leslie Frazier's schemes in that game, it didn't make no sense to me.
Yeah, it was bad. And I think the Bills were just completely outplayed, in that playoff game. I don't know what happened. I really don't know how to describe it. The best way, in my head that I can come up with a reason is a car running out of gas.
Yeah.
Just because they were having, and they didn't have a great season. Buffalo's record tells you they were so good last year. You watch those games, you don't see that team. You do not see a 13-win team when you turn on Buffalo Bills football last year.
Can I be honest with you really fast?
Yeah, what's up?
I wanted Cincinnati last year in a playoff game.
You did?
I wanted Joe. I wanted Joe versus Josh.
I wanted Cincinnati for the main reason that we didn't get to play them in the regular season because of the situation.
Yeah.
And also that it wasn't the Chiefs.
Yeah. And it was Josh versus Joe, these 2 awesome offenses going at it. And freaking
It was
Burrow.
a stinker. It was a stinker.
It was terrible. Worst bad time to play your worst game of football during the season.
So 8-1 for you. I also have the Bills losing here to the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's going to be really hard, and I don't know where Cincinnati is, right, in terms of how tough their schedule is. Like, what are they coming off of, right? Because the Bills are coming off the Buccaneers. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? So I think it's going to be tough. This is one of those 51-49 games that you were talking about for me.
That's like my infamous scale, like 51-49.
Put it on a shirt. But I think this is tough, and I don't think Buffalo is the team they were a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. I think a couple years ago, that was Buffalo's time. There was no injuries, Zach. Yeah. No injuries, and they lose to Kansas City. In the last 13 seconds, all my friends are down here. We're crying, and man.
I still couldn't believe that happened, man.
I get so heated about it. I'm sorry.
After Gabe Davis, after Gabe Davis cut a touchdown, my mom and I were going.
Which
crazy.
one? Which one of his 4 touchdowns are you talking about?
The one that should have won the game for us. That one.
Okay, we're never gonna get over that. No, well, eventually, if Bills win Super Bowl, we'll be over it. Next up, Denver Broncos, Week 10. In Buffalo, huge expectations for Denver. Yeah. Had huge expectations last year. Didn't work out. Maybe it was the coaching. Maybe it was a combination of things. I think Sean Payton's going to really right the ship over there. Mm-hmm. I think Denver's going to be a real problem. And this is one I could see the Bills losing. However, I do not have them losing. Yeah. I do have Buffalo winning this game, but I do think this is one where there's potential. Remember, right? We've been watching Bills football, you and me at least, because I know we're around the same age. Probably about 10, 12 years now, where we've been understanding the game. Buffalo always manages to drop a game that they shouldn't. They always do. Whether that's going to be against Denver, against Dallas, against New England, hopefully not. Please don't let it be a division game. But they always drop one. So I'm concerned for this game for that reason, but I am going to take Buffalo.
Yeah, me too. Isn't Monday Night Football game as well?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Bills play good in primetime. They really do.
So, I'm going to have the Bills win this game as well. It's not going to be easy, though. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be another gutsy win.
I think Denver can really, if they really stay healthy and get a good game plan from Sean Payton, they can sneak into the playoffs. Yeah.
Sean Payton's a very good coach. I respect him so much. And you're going to add Russell Wilson, another guy who I respect highly of.
I mean, Wilson had a really bad last year.
Yeah.
And some people blame it on McDaniels. Some people blame it on Wilson. I don't know who to blame personally, but I think, with that combination of those two, this could be a really good team. They're not going to win their division. No. They're not going to go crazy and go 15-3 or whatever. It's not going to happen. But I think they can be a thorn in people's side.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to be like those. I mean, if they're going to be if they're not going to make the post, I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay,
but
that's bold because if you have them making the playoffs, right? Think about this.
Yeah,
I would say Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Buffalo,
Kansas
City, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, right? We agree?
Yeah.
Chargers?
Yes and no. Chargers are so inconsistent.
Let's put your Broncos in there, okay? Broncos.
Put the Broncos
5.
in there.
You got 3 more. Miami, right? Who else is it going to be there? Is it going to be Baltimore? Cleveland, maybe? Like,
what do you think about Pittsburgh?
I'm not high on Pittsburgh.
You're not.
I'm not high on Pittsburgh.
Even with a second-year Kenny Pickett, because he did pretty good last year.
I'm not high on them.
Okay.
Based on the division they play in, I think Pittsburgh could be the 4th-ranked team in that division. I think maybe they'll finish as 3rd because Tomlin is a freaking great head coach.
So let's just go by division, okay? I know we're getting off topic here, but I want to talk about it. So AFC East, you have Buffalo, okay?
Yep, Buffalo.
Miami's going to be there as well.
Yep.
The Jets could possibly be there.
Possibly. That's what I'm saying is like you have a fight here between the Jets, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Browns. Like, the AFC is just so stacked.
It is.
It is so crazy.
You have like teams like Houston who are not going to do anything this year. They might be a little bit better, but not a lot better.
I think Houston could even do it,
really?
Honestly. Yeah, okay. Because I think, their overhaul with what they did in the draft, taking 1st and 3rd overall, if the right things happen. I don't expect it, but I think it could happen. I think Houston is more likely than a team like Tennessee. I think Tennessee is falling right now.
Yeah, Tennessee. So, staying at division then, Tennessee is going to be at the bottom.
I don't like Tennessee a lot. I don't think they're going to be very good. Who's the other team? Indianapolis.
Indeed.
they're a question mark. They got a rookie quarterback. You know, you have all these situations.
Okay, so going back to the playoff picture.
Yeah.
You have the Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
You have the Bills.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with the Jaguars. Because I think they're a good team. I think
Jags are winning their division.
Yeah, they're going to win their division.
Easy.
But
I don't think Cincinnati's a shoe-in to take theirs.
That AFC North should be tough this year.
If OBJ, you know, plays well, which I don't think he's going to play up to what he used to be.
Yeah, no.
But, you know, if he does enough, because Lamar can throw. People who say Lamar can't throw, people who say Lamar's not top 10, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry, but Lamar is definitely a top 10 quarterback. But I want to get back to the schedule, Zach. Let's get going.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Week 11 is against the Jets. This one in Buffalo. I don't know if this one's primetime. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. Let me double check. But
I went through the Jets' schedule up to this point, Zach, just to see where I would have them at.
Yeah.
Just to see, and I have them at 5-4 coming into this game.
Okay, I can see that.
And we have the Bills.
Yeah, it's a 425.
It's a 425.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have them at 1 loss. I have them at 2. Against the Jets here, I think this is another tough game. Buffalo has so many of these games that can really go either way.
The divisional games are always tough. Look at last year.
Okay, I used to say that too. I used to say divisional games are always tough. I think divisional games are always tough in the AFC. If you go to the NFC right now...
Well, yeah, but we can't talk about that because we're not in there.
I wish we were.
I know, I wish we
were part of the NFC South.
Because we would just be the Eagles... And then the Bills.
Do you remember what Tampa Bay's record was last year?
I know they made was it like 8 or 7-9. They made the playoffs.
8-9, and they won their division with a record of 8-9.
Well, that just goes to show you how bad the Central or the South is.
Exactly. So it's crazy. Week 11 versus the Jets. I have the Bills winning.
Yeah, me too.
They could easily drop one.
Yeah,
they could easily drop one to the Jets, and I hope it's not the one in Buffalo. Just lose on the road.
Yeah,
just lose on the road. I don't care.
See, like that's what I was saying about like that first game against the Jets. New York's not an easy place to play, man. My bad, New Jersey.
Better say it right.
Yeah, it's not an easy place to play, but it's gonna be tough. Like I honestly, I'm not feeling good about that Jets game at home the first week of the season.
Okay,
they could very well lose that game. It's again, coin toss one.
Yeah.
Even the Jaguars game, I'm not too confident in. But
that's why I'm saying like
this is you're in the part of the season where you need to win these games because the next 2 teams we're gonna be talking about here in a little bit here are gonna be very tough. So
and it depends on what's happening. It depends on what's happening in the division. Where's
not
Miami?
In the division, the AFC as a whole.
Where's Miami? Because I feel like Miami's going to fight with us to take that division until the end of the year.
Miami's going to be there with you until the last week of the season.
And the Jets might be there too.
Yeah.
It really is going to be a very, very entertaining football season.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this to Mike. I'm so excited because I haven't had this opportunity in a long time because I went to school in 2019. Before that, I had high school and work. I'm working part-time now. I can watch every game of the football season.
Yeah.
Every single game I'm able to watch. So I'm very excited for that. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on all of these teams. You mentioned, we're getting into a tough part. It's true.
Yeah.
Week 12 is against the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't do a lot of draft analysis. I know I'm not huge into the draft. I do know Philadelphia went and took a lot of Georgia players. And Georgia was like a national championship team. So... I'm worried about that, especially because I've seen them, right? Jalen Carter and all these defensive linemen they keep drafting. They're so good. They're so good in the interior offensive line and the interior defensive line.
Yeah.
Which is weird because how many other playoff teams do you see built like that? There's not many.
Yeah, not a lot, no.
Buffalo's terrible on the interior D-line.
Yeah.
Not terrible. I don't want to say that.
But not good enough.
Ed Oliver, I'm not high on Oliver anymore.
What do you think about his contract?
I'm still iffy on it.
It surprised me. I would say it really surprised me.
It surprised me, but I went into depth. Me and Mike talked about it on the show, and we went into contract details. I think he's 16th highest paid, and if you told me that, I'd be okay with the contract. Okay.
It just surprised me at the timing too.
It did. It was a very surprising deal. At Philadelphia, obviously, Eagles Super Bowl appearance last year, 14-3 record. I have Buffalo dropping this game. I think, over these last three games, which one of them was a loss to Cincinnati, This is tough. This is a tough 4-game stretch, and I think it's going to catch up to them here, and they're going to drop one to Philadelphia. Another hard place to play.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago.
To Lincoln. I will never go to a game in Philadelphia if my team is playing.
I would do it.
I refuse to do it.
I would do it.
Maybe if I just hope both teams have fun, sure. Then I'll go. But
I'll buy an Eagles jersey.
Okay, yeah,
they just won't know. They won't know I'm portraying a Bills fan.
And like when we win or whatever, if they win, rip it off and throw it on.
You better run.
Bills.
You better run.
Bye. Just sit at the top row of the wherever you're sitting, so you don't have to like run through the sea of Eagle fans.
What do you think, Philadelphia, Week 12?
I had them losing this game. Look, if it was at Buffalo, I would have thought differently. But listen, Jalen Hurts is a beast. He's electric. But the Bills, to their credit, do pretty good with mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like they have a plan for Lamar Jackson. Okay.
And Week 14 is against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
At Kansas City.
Good segue.
Obviously, they won the Super Bowl. Blah blah
yeah,
blah.
we know.
Blah,
we
blah,
know.
blah. We don't care. Congratulations! Oh, damn.
My God, I thought we just had an earthquake here in the studio for a minute. Holy cow.
Congratulations to Kansas City and their fans. I will say, and I'm going to ask you this. You're getting me off topic. I'm going to get you off topic. Zach.
I love having these extra conversations. I do it all the time, so.
I was a fan of Patrick Mahomes. I was. And to a degree, I still am. But one of the things that irritates me over watching Patrick Mahomes play, especially against the Buffalo Bills, I always see him looking for a flag.
Yeah.
Always.
He does that a lot.
I've seen Josh look for a flag. Yeah. I'll be honest.
Every quarterback does that.
I've seen it happen, but it's not as common. It's not consistent, right? It happens. People do it. I hate it. I hate that.
I hate it too.
Hate it in general. But if it's blatant, I understand it.
Yeah.
You know, if you grab my horse collar, I understand. I hate that about Patrick Mahomes. I really do. Mm-hmm. And I noticed it. The Kansas City Buffalo game last year, I noticed it every play. I have the Bills winning this game.
Okay.
For multiple reasons. I think the Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season,
do.
At least recently.
Unfortunately, that's the only time they could beat them in Kansas City.
I'm going to go with a win partly because you've lost 2 big ones already. You've lost to the Bengals. You've lost to the Eagles. If you lose here, you know what the discussion is the next day? Is Buffalo legit? Yeah, they got 3-4 losses, but look at who they lost to. They lost to playoff teams. Yeah, they beat Denver, Tampa Bay. So I think if you're going to lose the games that I have you losing, this one's got to be a win. You have them losing.
Yeah, I do. And
that's fine. I'm not against it because if they lose here, maybe they win in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'll gladly take that. But honestly, man, this is the latest we've ever seen the Chiefs recently. Okay. And
what are we in, December here? 14?
Yeah, something like that.
November, December?
Late November, early December. But like we said earlier, Dan, this is where you need to start winning these games. And if Patrick Mahomes is going to elevate his game, this is the game to do it.
My problem with your whole discussion here is if you lose here to Kansas City and your records are tied, I would be so mad.
Yeah,
I would be so mad. If they beat us at the end of the year because we have the same record and they beat us, I'm going to be so angry. So that's what my worry, my concern with this game is, where's Kansas City? Because what if Kansas City's 12-0, 13, you know what I mean? The number 1 seed may already be gone because Kansas City's strength of schedule is not nearly as hard as Buffalo's.
Yes. Well, here's my point. Here's what I want to try to say here. I know that I have them losing these kind of games, but it's very possible they win. Yeah, I'm a fake fan. Cancel me, everyone. But Josh Allen is one of the only quarterbacks to go in Arrowhead and beat Patrick Mahomes twice. I saw a stat about that the other day. It's pretty impressive. The Cowboys are a very good team. They're going to be in at the end of the season. But the last few years, the Bills have done pretty good against Cowboys. And with this game being in Buffalo, it's going to be cold. The crowd's going to be rowdy. You know, you're going to be there, Dan, I'm sure.
So week 15 was the Dallas Cowboys. We discussed it here. Obviously, both had the Bills winning. We both had the Bills at 3 losses at this point. The next week, it's difficult, but it's also not. The Chargers pose a problem in the fact that they can score on offense. I don't think their defense is really that great, especially, We saw them in the playoffs against Jacksonville last year.
That was crazy.
I think the Bills are going to take this one. I think, even though you're going to the Chargers are known for not having fans in Los Angeles, that is. In San Diego, they were loved, but I think Buffalo takes this one.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I think they beat the Chargers. It's going to be another exciting matchup. Burrow versus, excuse me, not Burrow. I'm talking about the Bengals now. Herbert versus Allen.
Have they played each other yet?
No, we have not. We have yet to see that matchup.
Okay.
Hopefully both guys are staying healthy going into this one.
I'd hope.
It'll be fun. I'm a huge fan of Herbert. I like the way he plays. I just like him. Like, I'm the kind of guy where, like, if you play good and you're respectable, I like you.
Yeah.
So, like, I know, as much as I hate to say it, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion with you, I respect Mahomes.
I respect him. I just don't like him.
That's fair. Like, I hate playing against him, and I hate, but he just seems like a genuine guy, off the field.
Oh, for sure.
But, just going back to
I don't have a lot of personal problems with players. I will tell you that there's two that I don't like.
Jack Eichel.
One is Jarvis Landry.
Okay, I know why. We have the same reason why.
Jarvis Landry ended the career of my favorite player.
Yeah, I loved Aaron Williams when he was here, so I get that.
Two is Christian Wilkins.
Oh God, I hate that guy so much. Can't stand him.
So that's it. So you think Buffalo takes this one against the Chargers here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Buffalo over the Chargers. Only 2 more games to go, Zach. This has been a
game.
Long day, but it's been fun.
It's worth it.
Week 17 against the Patriots. Thank you, NFL, for putting the Patriots in December. This is a win. It's in Buffalo. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I don't think they're losing.
Yeah, no.
Did you know Mac Jones' middle name was McCorkle? I put it in your notes. McCorkle Jones.
So that's why they call him McCorkle. Okay.
His full name is Michael McCorkle Jones.
That sounds like a animated character, like a superhero movie or something. No, I mean, yeah, it's the second year in a row they've been facing the Patriots at home to close out the season. So,
well, this isn't the close out the season. This is the
close out at home. I mean,
at home, yes.
Yeah. So you better win this game. Yeah. I mean,
especially
next week.
Especially, right, if you drop one to the Jets.
Yeah.
Early on. You have to pick this up. Week 18 is against Miami. At Miami for Buffalo. Now, I'm going to have them losing.
Okay.
I'm going to have Buffalo losing this game. And I think part of that is because I'm worried that they're going to lose the other one. Yeah. Against Miami, maybe more than this one. Even though this is at Miami and the other one's in Buffalo, I think I've seen Buffalo play Miami at the end of the year multiple times, right? Obviously, we're division rivals. We see them all the time. Usually, Buffalo wins.
Usually.
I can only remember one time when Miami won, and it went into overtime, and the game didn't matter for either team, and Miami ended up picking up the win. But this could be the decider, and I really hope it's not if I have the Bills losing. Yeah. But I do have them losing here. I think they're going to end the season with 4 losses at 12-4.
This is tough, man. It's a tough game for both sides. You have 2 great teams. It could, like you said in the notes here, it could be division for division.
Could be.
I think they win this game. I think they're going to go out there in Miami and win this game.
The reason I have a problem with you here.
You always have a problem with me no matter what, so it's nothing new.
I wouldn't say always.
Sometimes.
My problem is if you have the Bills winning this game, that means they're sweeping the Miami Dolphins this year. And when you say that out loud, do you think that's going to happen? Do you think the Bills are going to sweep the Dolphins?
Yes.
Why?
Josh Allen.
But then you
look
have
at his record against Miami.
But then you have them sweeping the Jets, and I don't think they're going to sweep both teams. I don't think they're going to go 6-0 in the division this year. They have done it before.
Yeah.
They have done it before, but it's not a common thing.
I know it's not common, but you have a very good quarterback on your side. You have a very good defense, if healthy, and they can show up.
Miami arguably has a better offense.
Okay, and I agree with you, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, Dan. Who are you going to trust more, Tua Tagovailoa or Josh Allen?
It's not that kind of game to me. It's not that kind of game.
Okay, but it might come down to that is what I'm saying.
It could. It could come down to that. It could also come down to a punt return touchdown a kick return touchdown.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
A fumble by Josh Allen. You know, I think so that point right there of Josh Allen makes it possible to win every game. I completely agree. I just don't see every game that way, right? Because if you're telling me that reason, right? That's the reason that the Bills are going to sweep the Dolphins. Why don't you have them beating the Eagles? Josh Allen's better than Jalen Hurts. So you're contradicting yourself a little bit.
But here's the thing. Go back to last season. I know nothing matters this season.
Mm-hmm.
Miami was not a good team at the end of the regular season last year.
I agree.
They struggled. They
had I think they had a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. They had to win their last game of the season to make the playoffs.
But Zach, your podcast, all your articles you write, where can we find them?
Yeah, so both YouTube channels, Sports Talk with Zach and BOX Network. And then, not a lot of people know this, Dan, but my buddy Dylan and I went to Hilbert College with Dylan. He is a huge outdoorsman. Okay. He hunts or whatever. He likes to go outdoors. We have not produced. We're still in the makings of like producing video, but we started a new Facebook page called Outdoors Buffalo, and it's pretty much just like showing people what it's like to be like in the woods.
Okay.
During we don't expect to see bears or Bigfoot or anything like that, but
it'd be nice if you did.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What about the content for that? I found Bigfoot.
I found Bigfoot. Here it is. But no, it's still not out there yet. But it should be like in the next week or so. It's gonna be called Outdoors Buffalo. It's only a Facebook page, so it's not gonna be a YouTube channel for now, at least. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I actually have for Sports Talk with Zach, we have a guest coming on this week. It's gonna be Chris Swenson of the Buffalo Bandits. You've been to Bandits games, you know the guy behind the mic with like the BOX or like what's he got and nothing and all that. I'm excited to have him on.
I didn't know you were still running BOX Network stuff in the off season. That's cool.
Well, it's gonna be on Sports Talk with Zach.
Okay,
but we're looking to get. I have some sources that we're gonna try to get some players on in the off season here. So awesome. Pay attention to that. But yeah, and then also Saber Noise. It's a fan-sided website. So much fun writing about the Sabres. I mean, it helps when they're even when they're good.
When they're doing well.
Yeah, so you can check me on there as well.
Well, we thank you for watching this video. We know it's a long one. If you want to skip through, feel free.
It's worth it. Trust me.
Feel free. I don't think we're experts, in this, but it's very fun to talk about. It's very fun to give your insights. We appreciate you for listening, for watching. Thank you to everybody out there. And we'll see you soon.
I had to throw it out there. Sorry.
We'll see you soon. For Zach, for Dan, this has been the Kelly Cast, and thank you.